This video is sponsored by Card Market, Europe's largest marketplace for all TCGs. Hello there, Captains, and welcome to another episode of Game Fact Files. With the pre-release week running behind us, it's time to set our sights on the next big adventure of deck construction for OP06. As we eagerly anticipate news on the potential ban of the formidable Sakazuki leader in the West, we're preparing for a shift in the metagame. Before we dive into the deck list, I'm excited to announce that Mythic Vault has joined our channel as a sponsor. Don't forget to check out their website through the link provided in the video description. Additionally, we've secured a special discount code for all our crew members to take advantage of. Today, our focus shifts to constructing a Yamato tank build, where we'll explore the strategic selection behind each card. One of the characters set to reappear in certain deck lists is the 8 Dawn Kid from OP01. Being able to attach Rested Dawn on your characters, Yamato is the only leader that could play a Rested Kid on your 8 Dawn, and also make a follow-up play of a 10 Dawn Doffy, and still have Kid for defense along with a Rosinante. I will start the list by adding 4 copies of 10 Dawn Doflamingo and 4 copies of Eustace Captain Kid. I will then add 4 copies of Searcher Bonnie to help us find Kid when needed, and 4 copies of Killer from OP01. The next card in our deck will be 4 copies of 2 Don Don Quixote Rosinante to protect the Kid from being killed. Another blocker that can be played with Kid's ability is Monet, that rests an opponent's character with a cost of 4 or less. I am going to add 4 copies of her as well. In this list, we are going to use searchers for both Supernovas and Don Quixote Pirates. I am adding 4 copies of Baby 5 in our list. Another card that helps 10 Don Doffy is Noah's Ark from OP06, that rests all of your opponent's characters with 6 Dawn. While its cost is expensive, I'm going to add 4 copies of Hayori, making you able to put it on your life cards just by using 2 Dawn, making your opponent to literally lose most of his attacks if played correctly when triggered. I will add 3 copies of Noah's Ark in the deck. Another card that will do a nice synergy with the Ark in earlier rounds if you are going to play it before Doffy is Krieg from OP03. You can set an Ark on your second round, and do a Krieg follow-up play killing 2 of your opponent's characters. Since Krieg isn't searchable and he also doesn't have counter, I'm going to use 2 copies of him. The next cards in our deck will be 2 copies of Apu and 2 copies of Baby 5 for their 2000 counter. I'm also going to use 4 copies of Izo from OP01, not only for his 2000 counter, but also for his resting ability, making our leader eligible to eliminate possible threats or blockers. The next cards I'm going to use are 3 copies of Kikunojo. Kikunojo is going to be a free trigger play just with 1 successful leader attack, and you will also be capable of putting her in your life cards using a Hiyori. The last cards in our list will be 2 copies of Whoever Wins This War Becomes Justice. Tricking your opponent watching you out of Dawn can be helpful when you are getting an attack on your Kid, and you can also brick out any non-counter cards you maybe have on hand. This is pretty much the list I am tweaking and testing on Simulator Captains. Let me know if anyone plays a similar build and having fun with it. I will also release a Discord server next week, so we will be able to do some online testing together. I will see you in the next episode.